What's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode. So today, got a couple updates for you. Hope you've been having a wonderful week of golf. So I have now hit 103 rounds since May 16th. Yes, you heard that correctly. 103 rounds. I know I am insane. Playing tons of golf. One of the rounds was this past Thursday. I had another tournament. Now I'm going to make this update quick versus my usual update because honestly, I played like trash. I shot 10 over. Not much excitement there. I didn't think it's worth it to make a whole video on it. Didn't play as well as I had hoped. The two things that killed me were, one, I tried to put the sim back in the bag. I thought I had a little setting on it that was making it work, and it sort of worked in my practice, but ended up getting 2 double bogeys on the cart as a result of putting the sim in play. So that was great, and my putting just wasn't phenomenal. I was struggling to read the greens. Stroke was good. I made certain speed judgment calls that were just not the right move. So all in all, not a very eventful tournament. I just finished outside the top 10 as a result of that. Definitely could have shot better. It's just honestly pilot error. I wasn't in the zone compared to how I played earlier in the week. Anyway, we learned. Have another tournament Monday, getting ready for that. But in prep for that, I didn't bring the driver back to TXG. I just came back actually from HQ there with Ian to dial in my driver. So here's the verdict on where we're at with the driver. It actually was messed up. The driver was not performing to the level that I needed to based on my swing. So I guess initially back in March when I was fitted, my dynamic loft must have been a lot higher, because now with the way I'm swinging and with the added power, I think through the workouts and through just my swing evolution over the past little bit, my dynamic loft has drastically changed. And so as a result, the 8-degree head just was not the right move. And so if my hands closed at all, that's why I was basically getting those tops. And so it was interesting actually hearing Ian dissect the problem. So one, I shouldn't be playing a fade just based off of how my swing is, because two, my toe, the miss off the toe is just an absolute disaster in that case. And that's what I was fighting. And then three, just that head was giving me such too low of spin that if I literally didn't pure it, it wasn't happening. And that's kind of how my play was. If I swung it and hit it perfect, I would hit bombs. But if I missed it at all, the forgiveness was just absolutely terrible. So we settled on an entirely new driver. We have a new head coming and a new shaft. And it was the first time I was able to hit 10 in a row of the shot shape I'm supposed to hit. So like I was hitting 10 money draws in a row. So much better. I feel so much better. It was even nice that even in the data, Ian was able to go, you know what, this isn't it. And we tried a bunch of different combinations. We tried to salvage it with just some tweaks. It just wasn't working. So good to know. Good to know that the frustration I was feeling was justified, I guess. Because not gonna lie, not being able to hit the driver well was really messing with me. I'm used to being able to hit the driver pretty decently. So the fact that it was like I was dying off the tee was just also creating a lot of anxiety, because when I would roll up to tournaments, I'm like, if I don't put it in play, I'm screwed. And I just didn't like that. So that got fixed. The other thing that got fixed was my 3-wood. We actually cut down the shaft length on my 3-wood and turned down the loft slightly so I could get slightly better launch conditions. What I was finding was that just with the setup I was having, my 3-wood was actually going just as long as my hybrid. I cooked that hybrid so well that the 3-wood just wasn't competing. And so, and then I was losing confidence in the 3-wood. And then I was also finding that the weight distribution on the 3-wood felt a little off. And so I'd be liable to top it with the 3-wood, which I've also done in a tournament. So I'm trying to eliminate these top shots, guys, because we don't want them. So yeah, so 3-wood's dialed in. I have that ready to go for this weekend, so I'll be able to test that and get that into play hopefully for Monday's tournament. The ping is back in the bag now permanently. They do have the new driver head I'm supposed to get in stock and the new shaft, so hopefully I'll have that within the next week or so, and that'll be a brand new extravaganza. Very, very excited. So yeah, all in all, very positive week. Glad to have solved the driver controversy that was in my bag, because that was driving me absolutely nuts. And then now I can focus on just playing some good golf, because the last part of my 4-step process that I haven't really gotten into yet that now I want to dive into is essentially developing my game plan. And a big part of developing my game plan is what I want to call, presets. In music, we have, certain tools that we use, and we create presets where whenever we're going to run a certain piece of audio through it, we just know, okay, here's a great starting point. This will work 99% of the time. And so I want to create, my version of presets with golf shots and create these stock shots where from certain distances, certain angles off the tee, certain, lengths, I basically have a stock shot that I have so dialed in, I don't have to think. So I can show up to any course, any situation and go, oh, I need a 150-yard cut shot into a tuck pin. Boom, I have that. I need a 300-yard draw. Boom, I have that. And I don't want endless shots where it's too saturated, where I have all, these weird things. I just want a certain specific amount of stock shots that I can lean on. And then obviously if I need to deviate, fine. But the hope is that if I have stock shots off the tee and stock shots into a green, that I should eliminate a lot of those misses. Because if I can, if I look at how, there's only so many ways a hole is set up. There's only so many different tee shots that exist. And so my hope is that by having a certain number of stock shots off the tee and a certain number of stock shots from the fairway, I can essentially eliminate a lot of variables. And if I can eliminate those variables, I can eliminate misses. And by eliminating misses, hopefully drop shots. So that's the thinking. I'm definitely going to dive into that more this week once the new driver's in the bag. And now I can basically count on a certain shot shape from the tee. I pretty much have it with every other club in my bag. I just now want to iron that out, and then I'll take you through that process. What a weight off my shoulders. And again, if you've watched my TXG fitting videos, this is why I went to Ian, because the guy's a problem solver. We had a problem, the driver wasn't working. I went there, solved the problem, and we're good to go. So I feel much better, and I'm looking forward to now being able to play some good golf that I can count on. So yeah, that is the update. That is the Friday update. I hope you have had an amazing week. Hope you get out there and play some golf this weekend. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.